Hey everybody, welcome to round 2 of our RWBY Madness bracket. We're going to go bracket by bracket and run down who won and what the new matchups are going to be. And we will go ahead and start with Vale.
Vale Sweet. We have some great matchups in Vale, but all of them are pretty much one-sided.
Yeah,
One-sided
very.
victories here. The top-ranked seeds pretty much crush the competition. Players and pieces over first steps by the largest margin out of any of them. In fact, one lonely patron is, and a few Amino votes are the only thing saving that from being a shutout. Closest thing to a shutout we got there.
Yeah.
So players and pieces is going to be taking on End of the Beginning, which destroyed Search and Destroy. So first matchup of round 2 Vale is going to be players and pieces versus End of the Beginning. Next matchup is going to be Ruby Rose, which soundly trounced the badge and the burden too. Is going to be going up against Best Day Ever, which soundly beat round 1. Which disappoints Kirsten.
Yeah.
Although, come on, man, Kung Fu fight. That's
Yeah.
It
Kung
was
Fu
pretty
fight.
ingenious.
yeah. I mean, that's
Round 1, we got such pretty graphics.
it
It was
so
the start of a new beginning.
so pretty, so pretty.
So pretty.
All right, so once again, round 2 Vale is going to be players and pieces versus End of the Beginning, and then Ruby Rose versus Best Day Ever. So,
All right.
2 great
Ooh.
matchups.
All right, and in order to avoid me going twice in a row, I'm going to go ahead and do the Atlas bracket before we do the Menagerie one with Kirsten. So in this one was quite a bit closer for a lot of the matches. First seed Brawl in the Family did beat Remembrance by about twice the votes. And it will be going up against No Breaks, the number 2 seed, which also got exactly twice the votes of Tipping Point. Then we had our first upset where Paint the Town, our number 3 seed, was defeated by PvP by about 6 votes. So that was one of our really close matches. And that so PvP will then go up against Heroes and Monsters, which beat Lighting the Fire by quite a good margin.
Can't believe so many people like seeing Penny die.
I know. You should be ashamed of yourself.
Yeah. Well, you
Penny.
know, it was.
It was a better
It had
story.
it was a better story.
Yeah.
It did not have. Paint the Town's my favorite episode just because of the fight against the Paladin.
Yeah.
Roman Torchwick and the Paladin. Yeah, that is probably my favorite fight scene of the whole series.
It was really good.
The whole show so far. So I was kind of disappointed in that, but still,
It's
know,
also
hey.
where we learned that Faunus can see in the dark.
Yes, we
So-
did. That was important.
That was the episode. That was important.
Yeah.
That's a very groundbreaking episode for us.
Yes.
So,
And as we reach the halfway of going through our brackets here, let us remind you have 4 ways to vote. If you're a patron, you'll have a special Patreon poll.
Yeah.
Everyone can vote on the videos themselves, or this video here. So you're going to want to specify which one. This is all going to be in one video. You can tweet at us. All 3 of us have a Twitter account. Those will be down below, but they're at the G2 Doug, at the G2 Mike, and at the G2 Kira. Send us a tweet with the hashtag G2 RWBY Madness so we get those votes. And then finally, if you're following Mike and I on Amino, there's 2 different ways you can vote there.
and if
So-
you're not, why aren't you following us on Amino? Because, we put up all kinds of cool stuff there.
Mike does.
Well, maybe you guys should explain real quick what Amino is, because I've never heard of it.
All right, Amino is a way for people to get together and have all kinds of weird, kinky shipping role plays in a chat room. But it's also a great
That's
way for
one
RWBY
thing.
fans. That's one aspect. But
Yeah.
it's it's another social media app on your phone where you can go, they have Aminos for every kind of fandom or whatever.
Yeah.
So we're part of the RWBY one,
Sure.
where I put up some artwork, that I do for some RWBY artwork.
Right, which he will be sharing with our patrons pretty
Yeah.
soon too.
Yeah.
Yep, absolutely. And we put up a few videos in there, not the actual reaction videos, but a few of the music ones, and
Right.
gonna put Chibi in there eventually, but yeah. But there's polls there. I have an Amino account, Doug does. and that will be down below.
Yeah.
You can vote on
How to
those.
follow us. Yeah.
Yep.
All right, let's move on to the Menagerie bracket then.
All right. So starting with the first matchup, it was Black and White versus Runaways and Stowaways, which Black and White won by a landslide. It was about 100 to about 40.
It's because of, I'm going to hazard a guess that it's because of, Sun's smoothed out abs.
Yeah.
He didn't have the sharp abs anymore. Let himself go. Wasn't the same.
Not the same.
The next matchup was Downfall versus the Battle of Beacon, which again, landslide. It was about 114 to 36.
I'm surprised about that one. How much difference?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
Battle of Beacon is such a good episode.
It is a good
it
episode,
was a
yeah.
great
It's
episode.
amazing.
However, we got really awesome fights in Downfall.
Oh, yeah.
It was
Yeah.
sweet. It was like a culmination of everything that we've waited for this entire season.
True.
Then we had True Colors up against Burning the Candle, which was about 103 to 44 True Colors winning.
Wow.
And our last matchup was a much needed Talk versus Family, which was a little closer. We had 65 to 80 with Family winning out in that one.
So it's another one where the lower seed beat the higher
Yeah.
seed.
Yeah.
There were very few of those.
Yeah.
For the most part, the higher seeds won.
Yes, it was pretty close, all things considered. So that will mean that our Menagerie round 2 bracket will be Black and White versus Downfall, and True Colors versus Family.
Awesome. All right, that brings us then to our last bracket, which was the Mistral bracket. Number 1 seed Punished barely eked out a victory against Alone Together. One vote.
One vote.
One
Wow.
vote. 65 to 64. Then we had No Safe Haven, which was our number 2 seed, actually lost to our number 7 seed, More the Merrier. Again, another close bout. There was only 5 votes between them, but the lower seed won there.
Yep.
Then we had, so that will leave us with Punished versus More the Merrier in the next round. Then we had Dance Dance Infiltration, our number 3 seed, soundly trounced Rest and Resolution by over 90.
difference,
Yeah,
yeah.
over 90 votes there. Then we had Haven's Fate, eked out a victory, just 11 votes over Kuroyuri. So that will give us Dance Dance Infiltration versus Haven's Fate.
I'm surprised by that one too. I thought Kuriori would be.
I like that.
It was
one
such a good. I
lot.
mean, a lot of feels with the backstory of Nora
Yeah.
and Ren.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Although Kuroyuri is the setup for it, I think more people were interested in No Safe Haven.
yeah, which was the actual fight
was
with
the actual fight with the Neklevi.
right.
Sure.
But, yeah, but that whole backstory with finally you get backstory between Ren and
Right.
Nora.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, so there were definitely some surprising results in these matchups.
For certain.
But we got some good ones, so let's review the whole matchups.
okay.
Vale, we're going to have Players and Pieces versus End of the Beginning, and Ruby Rose versus Best Day Ever.
Yep.
In Menagerie, we've got Black and White versus Downfall, True Colors versus Family. Then we've got in the Atlas, Brawl in the Family versus No Breaks, and then PvP versus Heroes and Monsters. And finally, in the Mistral bracket, Punished versus More the Merrier, Dance Dance Infiltration versus Haven's Fate. So there's your matchups.
Now, Doug, we actually had a couple questions here about how we put these brackets together. So why don't you give them a little rundown of why these are sorted the way they are?
Oh, okay. I sorted the episodes based on where the action was taking place or who the main action followed. So, for example, if the main action or the main story was about Weiss or had to do with Atlas Tech or Penny or something like that,
Yeah.
then it went in the Atlas bracket. If it was a Faunus type storyline or a Blake storyline or something like that, then it went in Menagerie. If the action took place primarily in Vale or Mistral and didn't involve one of those elements, then it went into that bracket. If it was an Ozpin heavy story, it went into Vale. If it was, say, a Raven heavy story, then it went into Mistral. So
Yeah.
that was how we divvied those up. And then the votes, the seating came from our patrons. You know, they voted ahead of time on the episodes they thought should be on the list.
Yeah.
And then based on how much input we got from them was where they fell in the seating.
Right.
And then I divvied them up by that.
Sweet. Well, there you have it. A little behind the scenes and how we put this together for you. Wow, got some good matchups here, round 2.
Yeah.
So we'll see. Make sure you guys go and vote in all the places. Again, just to recap, you can vote down below by commenting, telling us what you want, which will count as 2 votes.
Correct.
If you're a patron, you can vote on the patron poll. That counts as 3 votes. You can, they have polls on Amino, my Amino page, Doug's Amino page, or you can tweet us. That's 3 votes there if you tweet all 3 of us with your choices. So,
Yeah, each tweet is 1 vote. Each Amino poll response is 1 vote.
Yeah.
So if you did all of them, you could get 5 votes from that.
Right.
So yeah, there's a lot of ways to get your voice heard. So go ahead and follow us on all of these. Tweet at us, vote down below, everything.
yeah. Plus, it helps stroke our ego if you like tweet at us. Now we get to see it, our names on there at us. We're like, oh man, that's awesome.
Well,
Or maybe
it's
that's
super
me. I don't
exciting
know.
to be able to like actually have conversations. Like it's a
Yeah.
little harder on YouTube and a little harder to follow, but on Twitter you have a direct connection of someone tweeted at me. Let's see what they have to say.
Right.
So.
Exactly. All right, guys.
Thank-
Go ahead, Doug.
Oh, I was to say thank you very much for participating in the March Madness Ruby tournament here. Ruby Madness, I guess I should say.
Ruby Madness. March Ruby Madness.
Yeah. So once this video goes up, you'll have 5 days again to vote on all this stuff, and then we'll come up with our semifinal matches.
Semifinals, yep.
And if you didn't vote the first time around and you're just coming into this now, you can totally start voting now. Just pick who you want between what we've got going right now.
Yep. Got to thin it down for you there.
Yeah. Made it a little easier. We all knew who the true winner of this is going to be.
That's true. Me. No. All right, guys. Thank you once again. Be sure to like, subscribe, tell your friends about us. Will help us get to that goal.
5,000 subscribers. What we're
Right.
shooting for.
If you want to support us, how can you do that, Doug? How can they support us?
There should be 3 links down below you can click on. One is for our Amazon affiliate link, so you can do some shopping there through Amazon. Won't cost you anything more, but we get a kickback.
Yep.
We've got a Teespring store where you can buy some cool merch, T-shirts and hoodies right now, but we'll add some more stuff eventually.
Got mugs on there now.
Oh, mugs are up there too?
Yeah.
So there you go. And then finally, you can become a patron on patreon.com/The Grizzled Geek, and you can support us there and get early access to some of this stuff. There you
There
go.
it goes. We'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.